The first of our open mic speakers, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Jerry McMillan.
Okay, so we've determined that we have had enough. Over there at the banner that says enough is a table, and I have materials on there from the Leadership Institute. If we have had enough of the taxes, I can guarantee you that we have not had enough of the success in this state election-wise. The way we need to do it is to get ourselves trained to identify, recruit, and elect the people who are going to make the changes that we so desperately need in this state. Now, they say that imitation is the greatest form of flattery. Well, according to Media Matters, okay, now all you say is boo, which is a George Soros boo thing. The Leadership Institute is what the progressives are using to model their training for identifying, recruit, and elect candidates. Hey, if it's good enough for them to copy, how about it's good enough for us to use? You can take the training online. You can take the training in Arlington, Virginia, where you can sleep in a dorm. Or you can have a tailor-made program for you right here in Connecticut. Come over to the table that's underneath the enough.
In the second open mic, I actually came up. Ladies and gentlemen, I am very pleased to introduce you, Mr. Marc Reaper.
Thank you very much. You know, perhaps this date we should have a rally on September 2nd or September 3rd or 4th. That is the Tax Freedom Day. That's the date that all of us are free from paying state taxes, income taxes, federal taxes, sales taxes, gas taxes, and all those other taxes. April 15th is only a down payment on that obligation. And I have news for you. If the Malloy budget passes, Tax Freedom Day will be December 30th and not September 4th. And by the way, that is either the worst state or the second worst state in the Union. If we're 49th, then New Jersey was 50th, but I guarantee you they're going to be climbing up and we're going to be climbing down the way things are going right now. One thing we know for sure is that limited government is better for us, and that government almost does everything poorly. The one thing that they do well is the military protecting our borders. And by the way, maybe you're right. But the Constitution says that they should protect us and keep us strong. The cuts that need to come in our budget do not relate to military. We should not cut the military budget, in my opinion. We have to stay strong in this world because we are the most powerful country in this world that we have to protect. Our freedom and our liberty. So, this is what's important for us, limited government, and let's all make sure that we protect the liberties and freedoms that we find so dear in the Constitution and which will keep us going. Thank you very much, everybody.
The next open mic speaker is a woman who did the open mic in New Haven on Long Wharf back in 2009, Miss Arlene Dunlop.
Arlene Dunlop is from Meriden, where we have a new state senator, Len Suzio. And we have a tea party on Thursday afternoons, and many tea parties have gone inside, but we're staying out. But we have some 3 or 4 devoted people. I want to read something that I found when I was going through my file cabinet, chucking. When you get older, you got to start throwing it out. In America, we have people who are too rich, people who are too poor, people who are hungry, people who are sick, people who are homeless, people who are imprisoned, people who are bored, people who are strung out, people who are lonely, people who are exploited, people who lose and can't find their way, people who give up on life. America, we better live as sisters and brothers. Let us take care of our land. We cannot stand up for every other land. stand up for ourselves. Hurry up, America, and spit. This was written in 1976, and I read it to a librarian in Meriden a few weeks ago, and she said, "That sounds like today." I said, "It's worse." Pearl Bailey wrote this.
Big racket.
Yep. Now, one thing that politicians are not used to on either side of the aisle is an informed electorate. They're used to people voting D or voting R, not voting their voting record. And if we want to see change, we need to start following up on them and holding them accountable. Now, everybody's not going to run for office, and everybody's not going to drive through town with a billboard like Joe does. But that's okay, because most of us have a computer. And in the privacy of our own home, we can let the fingers do the walking. And you can go to the General Assembly's website, and you can sign up on bill tracking. And you will get an email delivered to your inbox every day of the bills that are coming up in the committees. Choose a committee that you have an interest in and follow them. See what's coming up. And don't just trust the name of the bill that's coming up, because a lot of times the name has absolutely nothing to do with what's in it. Read the summary. And then you can go to some of the blogs like Red Notes from a Blue State. My friend Don writes there. Connecticut News Junkie. I don't always agree with Christine's views. I disagree with most of them, as a matter of fact. But one thing I can say for her, she writes both sides of an issue. And you can learn, and then you can see how your representative voted, because their tally is there. There are 2 Republicans right now that joined a couple of other Democrats on a bill that is putting the daycare facilities under SEIU. They did not even bother to vote. They pulled a no-show. Not only did they lack courage, they lacked respect for the electorate. So, ladies and gentlemen, get informed and share your knowledge with your neighbors. Otherwise, we get what we deserve. Thank you.
Before our next scheduled speaker comes up, everyone get ready, very excited?
Where's Jack?
271-008.
Around some age, 019.
019.